So I remember the summer before I went back to high school, you know, I was still hustling, I was making my way, I was learning the game, and I got a bunch of mentors I want to shout out. I think we're going to do that in volume 2. But I remember, you know, asking the king who was around my way named Sherwin. And Sherwin's actually locked up right now. He's doing 25 years to life for a homicide he was convicted of. But Sherwin was about a year or two older than me, and he had 3 or 4 more years on the block. He was one of the first in my town to start hustling, start selling drugs. Him and another king by the name of Critty Chris. Chris actually got murdered back in the late 90s, early 2000s. And so 2 of the first drug dealers out of my town, teenage drug dealers, one's doing life in prison and one got murdered. But I remember that summer asking when you win. So I was getting my wholesales from Plainfield, and I was getting wholesales from Somerville, my small town. But everybody was making a killing because they had a connect. I didn't have no connect. I didn't know where to find a connect. So I asked Win, I said, yo, can you put me on your connect? He said, hell no, you can't get my connect. And no one wanted to share the connect. But what Winnie told me, he said, you better go to New York. And so I was like, all right, cool. So I thought about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the train to New York. So I took the train at 16 years old by myself to New York Penn Station. I got out of New York Penn Station, asked a taxi driver to take me to Harlem. That's where when he said that the drugs were in Harlem. And so the taxi driver said, no, I can't take you. He said, it'd be too much for you. He said, take the 1 to 9 train. So the first time ever in my life by myself, I got on the subway, got my tokens, took the 1 to 9 train, and the cab driver had instructed me to get off on 137th Street. So I got off on 137th and Broadway. As I got out, it was like an open flea market, an open drug trafficking flea market of Dominicans and Hispanics selling and people buying drugs, cocaine, crack on the streets in weight and in bulk. And it was just open and free, and it was the craziest shit in the world. And so I was looking for one of those stash cans that twist off at the bottom where you could stash drugs inside of a Coca-Cola can or, you know, different kind of hidden can. And so I was asking around for that. And one of the first guys I seen said, oh, you want that? Oh, you need Coke too? I got you. And so he gave me, I think I got 7 grams of hard and 7 grams of salt. So I mean 7 grams of crack and 7 grams of Coke. And the crack ended up being really good, but no one in my town wanted crack. Everyone wanted Coke. They wanted to cook it themselves. And the Coke I got wasn't that good, right? When I ended up taking it back. But nevertheless, while I was there in Harlem, right? So after I got my stash cup and after I got my Coke, I was still walking though, right? I'm walking, I'm in awe. I wanted to buy, buy an outfit. I wanted to buy a t-shirt, some jeans or something, right? But I was in New York, I had my little couple $100 with me. And there was a gentleman sitting on a crate. But everybody was aggressive, right? Everybody was like out in the corner. Poppy, I got it for you. 20 a gram, 19 a gram. Poppy, I got it for you. I got it for you. Come here, I got it for cheap. But it was one guy who was just laid back on a crate with some jean shorts on, with like a white t-shirt, a nice little just simple gold chain, nothing gaudy, nothing big. And he just had a different aura and demeanor about him. And he just like kind of got my attention, said, hey, whatever he said. And hey, Poppy, he says, come here. So I come over to him, or he walked over to me, and he said, next time you come see me. And he handed me his card. He handed me a business card. This is a drug dealer. And on his card it said Pao and Genito, the professionals, with his pager number. And I was so impressed by that. I put it in my pocket, I left, I went back to Jersey, I did what I did, and I found out, the stats of my product. And the next time I went, I would page Pao, and he hit me back and told me where to meet him at. And my next trip to New York, I would get some work from him and bring it back to my town, and everybody was like, yo, that's smoking, where you get that? And that would be my connect for the next 3 years. Shout out to my connect. So, even in that time of uncertainty, not knowing what I was going to do and being 16 and in a whole new space, I had the courage, I had the risk tolerance to take a train to New York where I'd never been, go find a connect that I never had, and go make happen go make what happened happen for myself, or go make happen for myself what I wanted to happen for myself. And that's all part of who I am and how I got to who I am and where I am. Is with that same and with those same characteristics. Is that I understood where I wanted to get to, and I understood you had to be crazy and be courageous to get to where you wanted to get to, or where I got. And I always carry those things with me. It's all about courage, it's about risk, it's about taking chances. Now we just do them legally without the repercussions, so it's even smarter and better. So when it comes to real estate, it comes to business, we'll take chances. And we'll take educated and calculated chances. And if they don't go well, we smile. Because we're not dead or we're not in jail. We can always bounce back from a business loan. We can always bounce back from a foreclosure. We can always bounce back from a short sale. And not that we encourage these things. We want a perfect record. We've done well. But at the end of the day, I know a loss in business is not like a loss in these streets. I can live with the business loss. I can't live with decades in prison, or nor do I want to. And you can't live with someone's willing to blow your head off for you being top of the totem pole, or with you warring over a drug block, or with any of the consequences that come with the game. And so all I did was took these life experiences that I've been telling you about in this volume 1, these characteristics, these intangibles, and I packaged them all and digested them all within who I am, and matured and carried them over into new legitimate territory. And now that I've taken these characteristics into this legitimate space, I've been able to dominate and do so well because this is an easy space. The streets are hard. I'm just telling you the little gist for this mixtape. It gets even deeper, which is why this is only volume 1. We got a few more volumes to go. But nevertheless, no matter what space you come from, you may not come from so much adversity as I do. You may have a smoother life. This may just be entertainment for you. Or some of you can relate. But nevertheless, the moral of the story is we all can get through the poverty in prison in our own lives, no matter what that poverty in prison looks like, no matter what your adversity is or was. You all can get through it. We all can survive. We all can overachieve. We all can come up. But the key, the essential to coming up, is being consistent, is being persistent, is being crazy, is staying within moral lines, and most importantly, having the ability and being committed to outworking the work. Volume 1. I'm JM.